This is for you if you need a post-workout stretch or even better, a pre-bed routine. So you're going to get down into that child's pose position there and work on about 30 seconds of deep breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. If you're able to feel like you're able to get a little bit looser and get deeper into that stretch and drop the hips more, definitely go into that. You want to get into that relaxed posture, and it should not be forced. 30 seconds of deep breathing in that posture. Next movement we're going to do is going to do some child pose rocking. So you're going to rock back deep into the hips, into your range of motion. Another way to kind of open up the hips, give you a good stretch, as well as it can also help with decrease some of that tension on knees as well. I really like to do this one. It feels good on my right knee, in which I've had 4 right knee surgeries on that knee. So 10 of those, rocking back and forth, getting deeper into the stretch, making sure you're not holding your breath as well. And then that goes into our next one, a pigeon stretch. So pigeon pose on the left side, you're going to hold for about 30 seconds. Modifications for this, if you're not able to get into that position, think about sitting on a chair and crossing your leg over the other and then leaning forward. Or you could just be getting a stretch just from the position of just crossing your leg over the other one. Goal here is another way to open up the hips, get into a deeper stretch. You can modify this even more. Even in this position, you can go more onto your forearms and not dropping down into your elbows when you're doing the stretch. Once again, we want to have a controlled breathing. Should not seem forced. If you're getting pain and discomfort in this position, adjust your legs so that you're not forcing it. You should be able to relax those shoulders down, continue into your breath, and working on that deeper stretch. Now you're going to flip over into your back next, and we're going to do some pelvic tilts. So this is a motion where you're kind of arching your back up and then flatten your back to the surface. It kind of gives your little low back kind of like a little massage too. Good for that pelvic health and that pelvic and hip mobility, where you're arching up and then flattening your back or pushing your pelvis backwards. Shoulders should not be raising. You should not be holding your breath. You're kind of doing arching up and then flattening back for that position. Next, we're going to grab and do a single knee to chest stretch. Right leg first. You're going to knock out 30 seconds on each side. So for this, each side, if you're not able to get into that position with your hands on top of the knee, think about using a towel, a band, or a strap to be able to assist you, because you shouldn't feel like your arms are being strained, your neck and shoulders are being strained, and you feel like you're pulling. If you don't have that range of motion, modify by using a strap, even a long bed sheet. If you don't have that, or a towel. You switched over to the left to get the 30 seconds in on that side. Once again, should not be straining. Your neck should not be working. Your abdominals should not be working with this exercise. This is bringing the knee to the chest and getting a good stretch there. Now we're going to switch into our next position. You're going to do some low back trunk rotations for about 30 seconds. So this way you put your knees together and you're going to rock side by side, falling within your range of motion. You can pause a couple seconds on each side to give it a little bit more of a stretch with this position, but we're doing 30 seconds of those low trunk rotations, rotating back and forth. Next position, you're going to get into an inner thigh stretch with some belly breathing. So put those heels together, let the legs fall out to their sides. One arm on your upper chest, one on your stomach, and that belly breath is going, you're going to be breathing in where that lower arm and that belly rises first, and then the chest rises after that. Sometimes it can take a little bit to get used to this belly breath. Working on decreasing the input to that system, and really it's a good way to help with engaging pelvic floor and learning better breathing techniques. Also very good to get that stretch into that inner thigh and hip hips as well. And then our last position, just get into a Savasana or a relaxed breathing pose. It's also called corpse pose. Everything's relaxed, laid out, arms, legs, getting into that position, and you can rest in that position for 1 to 2 minutes. Hopefully you enjoyed doing a little bit of a cool down stretch or a pre-bed routine, and hopefully you can add this into your daily or weekly work. You can continue to let this play until the end, and you can just sit there into your relaxed pose. Until next time, follow me at Renew Her Physio or Thrive Longevity Fitness for all things women health and thriving after 35.